Hello and welcome. This is We Make Art, and I'm your host, artist and guide, Sarah Rockwood. And I've been thinking about money. Big topic, but not in the way we're usually taught to think about money. Not strategy, not numbers, not how to make more of it, but my relationship with money. I was listening to a podcast recently where the host posed a series of questions about money. On the surface, simple questions, but the kind that just don't stay in your mind. They move through your body. And when I sat with them, I realized something I hadn't fully named before. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see that I'm having trouble with eye contact with the camera because this is a big vulnerability point for me, as I think it is for a lot of people. So my big realization is that my relationship with money has mirrored the most difficult relationships I've had in my life. For a long time, money didn't feel neutral to me. It didn't feel supportive. It felt loaded, like something that came with conditions, with expectations, with an unspoken cost. And if I'm brutally honest, there has been a part of me that believed if someone pays me, they get access to me. Not just to my work, to me. My time, my energy, my availability, my heart, my body. And underneath that, there is something even deeper. A belief that to receive money meant giving part of myself away. And that belief didn't come from nowhere. That came from being trained very early on to associate exchange with control, to associate provision with power. I learned from a young age that when someone gives, they can take whatever they want. So of course that shows up in business. Of course it shows up in how I price my work, how I hold my boundaries, how I show up with my clients. Of course it shows up in hesitation and overgiving, the quiet fear of being too much or not enough all at once. And I know I'm not alone in this. Because as artists, we are also given a very specific story about money, that real artists don't make it. That making money sometimes, or somehow, I should say, not sometimes, it somehow dilutes. Dilutes? I've never said it that way before. You can see how much this brings up for me is that I'm strumbling. I'm strumbling over words I would normally stumble over. That the idea of making art as artists, making art as artists, my goodness, guys. I got to gather myself on this one. This is the power of money, right? But it's not the power of money. Money is a neutral entity. This is the power of our indoctrination and the things we have learned around what money, quote unquote, should mean. But enough of this sidebar. We are taught as artists that the struggle is more noble than sustainability. That being a starving artist is somehow more legitimate than being a well-resourced one. And all of that keeps us small. It keeps us disconnected from our power, from our autonomy, from the possibility of being both creative and having money. But here's what I've been sitting with. What if money itself isn't the problem? What if the relationship is? So I want to offer you a few questions, not to answer quickly, but to sit with, to feel with, to be honest with. Take your time with these. Here we go. If money were a person, how would you describe your relationship with it? Would it feel safe, tense, distant, demanding? Now ask yourself, what kind of relationship do you want it to be? Supportive, reciprocal, respectful, steady? And this next one is really important. It's a perspective I hadn't considered until very recently, and it has changed my outlook on things quite a bit. If money could speak, how would it describe your relationship? How would it say you treated it? Do you chase it, ignore it, push it away, cling to it? And finally, what kind of relationship might money want with you? Because money is something that flows through all our lives, through our work, through our art. And the way we relate to it matters, not just for your income, but for your sense of safety, your autonomy, your ability to create without feeling like you are being taken from. This is not light work, guys. This is not surface level. This is work that asks you to look at things that may be uncomfortable. Patterns, beliefs, experiences that shaped how you receive and how you give. But it's also liberating, because when you begin to separate money from control, from access, from your personhood, you start to reclaim something. Choice. The ability to say, this is what I offer, this is what it costs, and this is where I end. I am still in this work. I am still untangling it, but I can feel the internal shift in how I hold my boundaries, in how I value what I create, and how I allow money to exist in my life without it meaning something about my worth or who has access to me. And if you're in this work too, you don't have to rush it. You don't have to fix it all at once. You just have to be willing to look at it honestly. Let those questions stay with you. Come back to them. Write about them. Journal through it. Sit with them. Notice what comes up. Because your relationship with money gets to be something you choose, not something you were given without a choice. Ooh, this is heavy. Thank you for being here with me through this. I know this was difficult, and I'm proud of us for having this conversation. If you're looking for more support on your journey, please visit us over at Elemental Alchemy. We have lots of offerings to meet you where you are right now. I'll put the link in the show notes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having this conversation with me. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.